And I'm going to tell you guys what else. Beep. I haven't had one of those in a minute.
Holy shit. Did you just kill a fly?
Dude. I just killed a fly. Whoa.
There's another fly.
Dude, we have a fly problem.
Fly in the wall, dude.
The problem is we're two fly. Come on, dude.
We're two flies.
Where'd you think you were, dude? Oh, we are two flies.
Hey, you know what, bro? We're on the wall. Two flies on the wall.
Who's playing the guitar right now, dude?
Oh, how's everybody doing today on this beautiful... What day is it today? Tuesday.
Yeah.
Beautiful Tuesday.
We're a day late recording. But you know what? That's okay.
That's okay.
Could be worse.
It's busy yesterday, dude.
Yeah, we've had a lot going on.
Like Sean was so busy.
Yeah, I was so busy.
I was so busy.
I'm just a busy boy.
We
Big,
just
bad, busy bee boy.
We just didn't have enough time allocated in our day.
True.
To record. But here we are. Here. Back on regularly-ish scheduled program.
No, not really, but we're pretty close. I think next week we're going to have it firmly in hand.
Yeah, we're going to firmly
we were
grasp
all
it.
Over the place last week.
All over the place. Yeah.
Last week's episode just got uploaded last night. That's like almost a week late.
Yeah. But here we are, dude. How's everything going?
Oh, it's going great, dude.
Oh yeah.
It's then and there you are.
It's here nor there, and it's all over there.
Tell me if I accidentally turn your headphones off.
No, it's all good.
Okay, great.
It's all good.
Excellent. Well, what's everyone been up to? It's me, and there's Iam. Iam's got his whole mouth on the microphone. He's got the microphone is almost all the way in his mouth.
Sometimes I feel like the jaw titan.
Yeah. Sometimes you act like the jaw titan.
Yeah, because I be biting things.
Yeah, you be putting things up in that mouth.
Yeah, this one time, dude. This homeless man came up to me
at band camp,
put his penis in my mouth, and I bit
that thing. Off? Bit it off.
Like the jaw titan.
Whoa.
Yeah, it was a defense response.
Yeah.
Had nothing else I could do. Honestly.
That's a scary thing to think about. Someone biting off your pee-pee.
I never think about it. It's too scary.
You never think about it?
It's too scary. What?
You never... How do I say this? You've never had...
I can't.
You never had your pee-pee in a person's mouth and thought to yourself, what if they just bit down as hard as they could right now?
No, I'm too focused on...
That's such a blessing. I almost can't think about anything else. It's almost all I can think about it.
Yeah. I'm like, that's a weird thing to think
the whole time. I'm just like, oh, please don't. And then they don't.
Well, I also think, please don't. But I'm thinking,
oh,
please don't.
Yeah.
That
to yourself.
Quick. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just in
You're just
my
like,
head.
No. Grandma.
Not grandma.
Dude,
I usually think about
classic thing.
I'm not going to tell it.
What do you think about?
Dude,
what is your premium not aroused thing to think about?
Do you want to know something that's kind of rude, but just the weirdest thing?
Okay.
It's a weird way to preface it.
Is this magnetic?
No, I wish it was. But when I was like a teenager,
okay,
and every guy knows exactly what I'm talking about.
Every guy has been a teenager.
But when you get just like, random boners was a thing growing up. So during...
I miss those days.
Well, you never get a random boner anymore?
Literally never. Do you still?
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. One? Count your days?
Per day.
No, not saying. I was saying one of more than one.
Yeah.
One, enjoy that. Because two, your days are numbered. I don't remember when my last day was that it was like that, but it ain't like that anymore. Anyway, go ahead.
But when I was a teenager, I would get almost like clockwork. I would get random boners in the car, in the backseat of my mom's car, or on the way to school.
Sure.
And every time I did, I pictured this guy that I knew who just had the most hideous face. Like I would just close my eyes and I would think about his face.
To get rid of your boner?
To get rid of my boner. And like 8 out of 10 times it would work.
Have you ever told him?
No, I can't.
Imagine, bro.
No, I couldn't, dude.
Imagine finding out you were the designated boner killer of your friend. I mean, at least it's a dude.
Yeah.
And theoretically, he won't be that upset that he doesn't incur boners.
Yeah.
But Jesus,
But he might be upset that I think he's
the
hideous.
hideous. Oh my God, was he deformed or he was just hideous naturally?
No, this is gonna sound really.
It's warm in here.
It is, but he just had a lot of acne.
Okay.
And like his proportions were a little funky. And
Yeah.
Had a.
He was just not a good-looking dude.
Yeah, just think of not a good-looking dude and throw some acne on him, and that's kind of what he looked like.
Yeah.
But it did the trick, dude. And
that is hilarious.
it did the trick. What about you? What did you used to think about to get rid of your random boners?
I never really thought about things because that never worked for me. Because I couldn't think.
What'd you do?
I couldn't think about things that were like gross long enough because I was too busy thinking about whatever I was turned on about.
Yeah, it's almost impossible to
what
stop.
I would do, what I used to do, my first thing I figured out was I would bite my tongue and like try to cause pain to counteract.
Yeah.
And then
it's like confusing your body.
I did that up until about 10th grade. And then in 10th grade, someone, and I wish I could remember who, but someone put me on a really seriously pro level tip that has carried me for the rest of my life and still does anytime I have a boner that I need to get rid of is flexing your legs.
Your legs? For
it's
how
the
long?
Biggest muscle group in your body. And you can just flex continuously. Depends on how quickly you need to get rid of this boner. If you have time, you can just like flex.
In and out.
But if you like, I need this shit gone now, you just flex and hold, bro. Like every muscle in your legs.
Really?
And I'm talking less than 15 seconds probably.
Yo, shut.
Dude, think about how much blood is getting sucked into your legs on a hard continuous flex.
Do you think
who has time for boners when your legs need muscle
blood? Do you think that only works with random boners? What if you're aroused like purposefully and you flex your legs?
I think it might take a little longer in that case, but at the end of the day, the muscle demand or the blood demand of your muscles flexing, I think will overpower the boner demand.
What if,
if you have the space to just knock out a few squats, your boner's going to go away.
So what if, this is a complete hypothetical. I'm not saying this about me.
Okay.
But what if you have 3 legs? And flexing 2 of the 3 legs does not counteract the flexing of one of your biggest leg. Now, this is not.
No, yeah,
it's definitely not about me.
We're speaking scientifically.
No, yes,
I think.
But if you had a horse on you,
I think it would be. You might, in that case, if you have a third leg, that's first off. If you have a third leg, I don't think it's randomly getting hard. I think you literally are like consciously getting that thing hard. But if it's hard and you need it to not get hard, first off, you probably have more blood than the average person. So I would say
just more amount of blood flowing
in general. Yeah, you got a higher capacity for blood, or you don't. Here's the thing: if you don't have a higher capacity for blood, then that means the bigger your wiener is, the more blood is getting sucked out of the rest of your body when you're hard.
What if you were like anemic?
What if your wiener was so big that every time you got hard, you were dumb? Or you passed out. Yeah,
you lost so much blood.
Or like you started turning blue. So what I would say for that case is you're going to flex your legs and maybe also your arms.
Do you think...
You're just like... And then you flex your whole body. Whatever muscles you have.
All my push.
Yeah. You hit them with a hard lat spread.
And then it...
Yeah.
Do you think there is a connection between the bigger your wiener is, the more likely you are to develop ED at a younger age because you're like just the flow of blood into a bigger wiener versus a smaller wiener is less taxing on the body?
It would not surprise me at all if that were the case.
So what, like, overall through a man's life, having a normal wiener versus a huge wiener, except the normal wiener, you could use it theoretically until you were like 50.
Oh, this isn't even a question.
Or a big wiener, you can only use it till you're like 30.
30?
Ish.
If you say 35, I'm in on the big wiener.
The big wiener?
But if you're saying 30, small wiener.
Okay.
Regular wiener.
Small wiener is 60.
Yeah. Small wiener is infinity. Dude.
Yeah.
You're going to die banging.
Banging.
But
there's also the argument the older you get, the less frequently you are having.
That's what I'm thinking about. Yeah. I think ultimately a more reliable predictor, no pun intended, of whether or not you're going to have those kind of problems is your cardiovascular health in general.
Mm-hmm.
Because in general, in my life, the worse off I am cardiovascularly, the worse off I am bonerly. But other factors are also at play, of course.
You hear that, boys?
Start
running.
Yeah.
Start running and gunning with that wiener.
Yeah, Warzone, no Valorant. But yeah, everyone.
Interesting.
Also, actually, I don't have anything else to say about this.
Okay.
I think
Good.
I would like to have more to say, but I can't think of anything.
No,
I don't
yeah.
want to say so for the sake of saying it.
Do you know what vitamin I've been taking to get my libido?
I mean, I
up?
do know, but also while we're on the topic, we were trying to think the other day of the other name for long jack.
Mm-hmm.
I remembered it.
What is it?
Tongkat Ali.
Oh yeah.
Remember that?
There you go.
But what are you about to say?
I saw a video, like a quick snippet video, of like this guy who was talking about his like libido, and his sex drive.
Yeah.
And he said the one thing that changed his life and increased his sex drive drastically
Okay.
was CMOS.
I thought you were going to say something different for a second there. And I got real nervous that you got played. Sea moss. Like
Sea
moss
moss.
from the sea?
I don't
You're talking
know
about seaweed.
the specificity.
Talking about SEA?
SEAMOSS.
That sounds like moss from the sea.
Yes, but
I'm going to Google it right now. What? So you've been taking this?
yes, it's a gummy. CMOS.
It's a gummy?
Yeah,
Fuck.
dude.
Have you been getting harder boners? Tell me the truth.
Well,
How long have you been taking it? First question.
like a week and a half probably.
Oh, another name for this is bladder rack. Or burdock root. That's in my video. That's in Red Dead Redemption. I finished my horse. Anyway, how long? A week?
Yeah, like a week and a half.
Okay. And is this one of the ones that you need to take forever before it shows up like in
Maybe.
meaningful
I don't
levels
know.
in
I
your
didn't
system?
honestly. I didn't do a lot of research on it. I just took that video
Okay.
and then I Amazon gummy like
Yeah,
CMOS gummies, and then I was like, okay, bet if it's in gummy form, then I'll eat it. If it either helps me or it doesn't, but either way, I'm eating a gummy.
I have a hard time seeing how something that looks like that can be put into a gummy. I mean, I guess if you make it up, you just grind it up into a powder.
Grind it up into powder,
and then
put it in a
anything can
gummy.
be made a gummy.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's a type of algae or seaweed. It grows in water along the rocky Atlantic coasts.
Type in CMOS penis pump.
Penis pump.
No.
Hold on, I'm gonna see. Oh, it
linked
has.
to
Here's the
sex
nutrients
drive.
in it. Do you know how many grams are in like a serving of the one you're taking?
Not off the top of my head, but I could check real quick if you want.
No, it's fine. Let's see. We've got. I just want to. I think looking at this list, I'm concerned that you've been had. But let's get through the article and see.
Well, I'm sure there's other benefits of CMOS besides like increased libido.
Well, just hear me out on this.
Okay.
It's mostly carbs at 3 grams of carbs,
Okay.
0.5 grams of carb or of fiber and protein each,
Okay.
1% your daily value of calcium, 10% your daily value of iron,
Okay.
7% magnesium, 2% phosphorus, 4% zinc, 3% copper. It says it's a naturally good source of iodine,
Okay.
just good, necessary for thyroid health.
Oh yeah, my thyroids are
Additionally, they are full of antioxidants, so that's pretty good.
okay.
And that's the end of the article. Oh, wait, no, it's not. Sorry. Uses, source of vitamins and minerals to benefit overall health. Find it in supplement form.
So the one I bought
Mm-hmm.
is 1,600 milligrams of organic Irish sea moss.
1,600
1,600
milligrams?
milligrams, and then 1,000 milligrams of organic bladder rack.
Yeah. Apparently, those two names are of the same thing, I think.
Maybe. 200 milligrams.
Oh, no, it's not
of
the same thing.
burdock root.
Okay.
And then 200 milligrams of apple cider vinegar.
Whoa. Supplementized apple cider vinegar? That's interesting. May improve gut health, may help support weight loss, may promote heart health, may improve blood sugar management, anecdotal benefits to fertility. There's no scientific evidence that sea moss specifically promotes fertility in men or women. However, some people use it as a traditional fertility treatment. Scientists need to investigate this further, says healthlight.com. Downsides, none. It says, you're good, G. How to prepare it. Okay, we're not getting all that. But this is specifically sea moss, and you're taking a supplement that is combinatory. So overall, how would you say your dick's doing with it?
It's doing the thing.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
It's still working.
But it was doing the thing before you started taking this too.
Yeah.
You never had it. It's interesting to see how many guys we know, I know, have known, will know, because I have the Attack Titan, that want to take, including myself, want to take supplements to increase libido or some kind of sex-related function.
Yeah.
Even though we're not, there's not like
Having
a problem.
Sex.
No. Yes, for me. But I meant, even though we're not like, there's not like a problem that we're looking to solve, but we hear about drugs that might make anything better in any way. And we're like, oh yeah, give me all that.
Yeah. You know what I think it is? And what I've boiled down to why I do it. It's, I heard this phrase. I forgot. I don't know the specificity, like word for word, but it's like, if it's becoming a problem, then it's too late to fix, basically. Like, you don't want to wait until like your dick doesn't work to try to solve the problem. You want to like catch it before. You want to like catch it before it happens. Basically. I wish I remembered the quote I heard, because it was actually a really good quote, and I was like, oh, love quotes like that. But yeah, by the time you realize it's a problem, it's already too late. Basically. So although I have no problems, it's always nice to like take something just, to prolong the inevitable end. I would say.
So it's a little bit of what's the word?
It's like watching out for future me.
Fuck. What? A little preventative measures.
Yes.
To make sure our wieners stay in good condition.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
And listen, if you take good care of your wiener, your wiener takes good care of you, dude.
That's a 100% certified fact. Jack.
Yeah.
And
Jack.
You will long Jack Tonkat Ali find me disagreeing with that. Will never you find.
Fucking bars, dude.
That's right,
That
dude.
was great.
Don't you forget it, Ben.
Yeah. Ben, what you know about Tonkat Ali?
Ben, do you want to tell us about all the emails you got from our listeners?
Yeah, Ben, you never. Okay. All right, dude.
We get it. You want to raise. Relax.
Listen, you want to raise, but you can't forward the emails.
Can't literally tell us about any emails you get, dude.
God. So sorry about not answering any of your questions, listeners.
Yeah, Ben just won't tell
listeners.
us. He's too caught up.
Ben is just being the worst.
Honestly, I'm going to tell y'all this true. I'm going to tell y'all exactly the truth. Never get cats or a dog. Don't get pets if you can't put them in your pocket, which means only get pet rocks. Which I know you're probably thinking, oh, Sean, hot take.
Oh,
listen.
Or get one of those really tiny cup poodles.
No.
But you can put it in your pocket.
But they're bad. Because dogs that are bred like that, they have terrible health problems.
Yeah, I mean, I think they die within a year.
They do. Dude, there was a thing for a long time where in Asia they were selling keychains with living turtles in them, or living fish, or maybe also turtles, but like living animals in a keychain, and you couldn't open it.
Listen, bro, you go to an amusement park and you get a goldfish in a plastic Ziploc bag.
Yeah, but that's different because you go home. I mean, it's not bad. It is bad.
Yeah.
But it's not as bad as putting a living animal into a sealed, unopenable container to go on your keys.
Imagine you get home from work, You toss your keys on the table. It's just a fish.
The fish just getting literally getting its world fucking rocked,
How
bro.
would you feed it?
That fish, you don't feed it.
You just let it.
And it lives. I think they live for like a week or two.
And
then
no food.
And then they die. Wow. And then you
throw it
out and get another one. So it's honestly fucking sick, bro. There was a whole thing about this. Was like years and years ago that I heard about this.
Really?
So it's probably, hopefully, not a thing anymore.
Now, all of these fish that you put on your keychain, they turn into NFTs.
That's true.
Now you can own a fish NFT and put it on your keychain. You can put the digital barcode.
Dude, Ben does this thing when I like smack his butt a lot, where he'll like try to bite me.
Yeah, he'll.
But it's like a, yeah, yeah. He tries to bite me, but he's like, anyway. But the thing is, it's like a playful biting, like a wrestling type of biting that he used to do a lot when he was a kitten. And I'm like, dude, I'll beat your ass. And he's like, all right, bet. But you want, old man?
Yeah, yeah.
And,
he's like, please do it.
He's like, beat my ass, daddy. And I'm like, Ben, I'm your actual dad. I'm not your daddy.
Yeah. Let's not get.
This is a different. You can talk to that like that with Iam, but not me.
Yeah. Because I'll do it.
And Iam wants to do it.
Yeah, I'll beat it with 3 B's.
Yeah, beat that ass, boy.
Yeah. One thing about
anyway, we always beat that ass.
Yeah. Sometimes without a B.
Wow. Usually without a B.
Yeah.
Only time I'm beating an ass with the B is like in Valorant.
Yeah, or on like Thursdays.
Ow.
But only Thursdays.
What's Thursdays?
It's beat your ass Thursday, dude. Yeah.
Ass beating Thursday, you know.
Beat my ass Thursday.
Classic.
Did you know? Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
In high school or middle school, it's actually happened in middle school as well. Did y'all do those like those days?
Slap ass Friday?
Slap ass Fridays.
Nope.
Titty touch Tuesday.
Nope.
I'm not saying did you participate?
No, it wasn't a thing at
Really?
all. And I heard someone at work talking about this
Dude.
the other day, and I was flabbergasted that somehow the schools that y'all went to, that was a real thing.
Yeah.
I wish it was where I went to school, but it wasn't. And the thing about it is, there's no way dudes aren't getting their asses beat at the school I went to if they try to institute something like that.
Really?
Oh, no way.
Who are they getting beat by? Other
The
dudes?
girls.
Oh.
And other dudes, yeah.
Okay. Oh, I was gonna say this is a thing that dudes I'm sure
all
created.
dudes. Yeah. Of course,
Like, this wasn't a girl
But the
being
girls
like,
will.
let's do slap.
The girls where I went to school, some of them carried guns.
Oh.
Like, you're not fucking around. I mean, you're fucking around.
In school?
Consent? No, I mean, not really. I'm sure some, not in. I was just making a point. They're hard asses.
Yeah.
You know, like they're not to be fucking trifled with.
Yeah. That's fair.
I was scared of them and aroused by them.
Yeah.
And that was a weird sensation.
There's a link between fear
and arousal.
Yeah. That's 100%.
No doubt.
There's science.
You know what I've noticed?
But
personally, a link in my body between, like, a correlation.
Yeah.
The more, this is a sentence. If you're under the age of 18, you need to skip ahead 30 seconds right now. I've noticed that I personally, the harder I flex my leg muscles at the end of sex, the better my orgasm is.
Yes.
And also, and this is going to sound gay, but I don't mean it gay, the wider my legs are spread. But not like spread.
No. But
like, you know how like
apart from each.
Yeah. But still not gay, okay? And I'm not scared to be gay. It's not what I'm saying here, but I'm just saying I'm not going to gay context right now, dude.
Yeah. If it was a gay context, we'd know it was a gay context.
If I'm doing any gay shit, my legs are together. Let's be honest. I'm not going to be doing the work of having my legs apart if I'm doing gay activities.
Yeah.
So anyway, next time, guys, just
spread the
flex.
Spread those cheeks.
No, that's not what I'm saying, dude. God damn it, dude. Now
Sorry.
Now my reputation is sullied.
Just role playing what we did the other night.
Yeah, bro, that's just us. That's not what we just tell everyone. Anyway,
Yeah.
what was it I was gonna say?
We were talking about Slap Ass Fridays.
But before that,
I don't know. I don't know.
we both said something at the same time.
Yeah.
And then I said, you go. And I specifically said to myself, there's no way I'm going to forget this. And I forgot it.
Yeah, dude, you're just thinking about that one time you spread your legs. And you
Shut up, dude.
had the most magical orgasm.
Shut up, dude. It's just a fact, bro.
Yeah, that's true. You know, I read that men, having an orgasm and like ejaculating are not necessarily like hand in hand.
I've heard of that.
Like you can orgasm without ejaculating, and
There's-
you can also ejaculate without orgasming.
There's a whole...
And my life has been, I've just been lost ever since I found this information.
There's a small online community of men dedicated to the practice of learning how to orgasm without ejaculating. Because apparently, if you nail this skill, you can basically orgasm as much as you
Like
want.
on command.
Yeah.
Like a woman.
And as many times in a row as you want.
Like a woman.
Like a whammon.
Dude, women?
You know what? Let's say it right here. Women are privileged.
Yeah. Imagine
Orgasming it.
multiple times.
Imagine.
Within, depending on how good a guy is, 10
Minutes.
to 15 minutes.
Seconds sometimes.
Sometimes. Yeah.
Imagine, dude. Imagine if I told you
Can't
you
imagine.
can just take a pill and it becomes impossible for you to bear children. Privileged!
To be fair, that pill really fucks them up.
That's not always true. I know women
Yeah, I mean,
who have
the
had
thing
their
is,
lives substantially improved by birth control.
it's a double-edged sword.
Not saying that's always the case, and it's always a crapshoot. And you got like the women who do find good birth controls, they have to spend months experimenting with all types, and it does
It's
fuck
not
up
an
their
easy
bodies.
process.
It's super not easy, and it's super not fun. And I'm not trying to say that birth control is easy,
Yeah.
but I am trying to say
It's nice.
I would fucking.
idea.
You think I'm not gonna take? Oh,
One pill.
oh, you're gonna get a little fat, but you won't be able to get someone pregnant, boy. I mean, I don't have sex, so I wouldn't really need to worry about it. But if I was, then I would do it.
Yeah. You'd just
Ask
be
not-
shooting blanks into everybody.
That, bro.
You'd be shooting blanks around town.
It's my
Shooting the town blanks.
it's my dream to take my silly ass to a doctor and say, "You go ahead and you do the undoable
Yeah.
and make me give me a little and make me infertile." And then you just leave a little tab in there that I can pull out later to fix it so I can have kids again maybe if I want to. But that's right. I'm going to give myself a little and then I'm going to just
Fly away.
yeah, I'm going to
Go, web, go.
ascend.
Up and away, web.
I'm going to ascend to a previously unattainable level of happiness
Okay.
by means of unprotected sex.
Okay. Sick.
Anyway, what have you been up to this week? That's enough about me.
What did
I'm not.
what did I do?
I don't think
This
either of us
week.
have done anything this week because it's Tuesday,
Yeah.
and we last
done
recorded
much.
on like Saturday or Friday. Sunday. I don't know what day we recorded.
Saturday.
It was
No,
the day we
Sunday
watched Iron Man, so it
morning.
was Saturday night.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Saturday night.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
what
yeah.
did you do Sunday, dude?
Me, I didn't do fuck all.
I worked.
I went to the
Sunday. You did. You've been going to the gym, man.
I've been going to the gym, dude, and
Yeah,
nobody can
yeah.
tell because I haven't lost a fucking pound.
Not yet.
And I'm starting to think
Not yet.
I'm not going to.
You will.
I think, look, dude, I'm gonna tell you the honest
You
truth.
will, dude.
I don't think
That's not true.
I'm really starting to settle in with this idea.
No.
I think I'm gonna look like this for the rest of my life.
No, dude.
Look, dude,
You're wrong.
listen.
All it takes is some time, patience, some TLC, tender love and care over a duration of period of time.
When I was on my bullshit
Yep.
with the gym, months I had been going.
Yep.
I was a little stronger. You can see it a little bit in my arms,
Mm-hmm.
but I was so fat.
You're telling me.
Never stop being fat.
You're telling
The
me.
least fat I ever got, not counting high school, was when I was doing keto.
Yes.
But I was still fat.
You're telling. So you remember that picture you showed me
Yes.
where you were like
Peak keto.
peak keto. You definitely were a lot slimmer than you are now,
Yes.
and you were muscular
It
and you were thick.
was angles. But yes.
But I'd argue that Sean, although you were on your keto and you were grinding in the gym, you only did that for 2 or 3 months.
Yeah. True. Felt like
And-
so long.
Yeah.
It felt like a lifetime.
I challenge you, Sean,
Okay.
to maybe not go as hard or as intensive, but space it out and be more consistent.
Yeah.
Over a year, and you will
That's hard, bro.
literally look like a different
All
person.
right. Well, listen.
Because I have done that, Sean.
I bought a
And
lot of
many
chicken.
Other people have done that.
I bought a lot of chicken and I bought a lot of veggies and I cooked them all.
Yeah.
And I had them for dinner tonight and it was good. And I am going to have a slice of cake later, and that's a mistake.
No, you listen, Sean.
But
You should never. The biggest thing that I, as a person who has a degree in health science,
I always forget.
and how the body works and all that, you should never
Wait, your
restrict
degree is in health science?
I mean, health, like,
Didn't you- I
it's
thought you switched to
kinesiology,
something else.
but like,
Okay.
health science is like an
yeah,
overarching,
yeah.
like,
Yeah,
it's health and science. You should never restrict yourself from doing anything because that is toxic to your mentality, and that plays a big part of it. You should just control your portions.
So what you're saying is
You can eat literally anything you want. Just instead of having 8 slices of pizza, have 4 slices.
oh, well, those
Instead
are.
of having 3 slices of cake, have 1 slice of cake.
Here's the thing about that. Here's the thing about that.
Uh-huh.
I can do that
Yes, I know you can.
in a window of time.
Yeah, I know you can.
That's a small window of time. Because honestly, my biggest problem is I can go all day. I can eat good. I can behave. But boy, you let that clock strike midnight. And you better fucking believe, dude, I'm about to eat some silly shit.
Yeah.
I almost can't stand it if I don't.
Yeah.
My boredom eating gets so out of hand late at night, which is a problem because most of my free time is late at night. That's when I spend all my fun, like having fun time. It's a real problem.
No, I get it, dude. And I've been there, Sean,
Yeah,
and I'm still there sometimes.
but
You know why? Because
You-
I just consistently go. But listen, Sean.
but-
have you ever
No, but
seen
you-
me not eat something because I'm like, oh, I can't eat that? No,
all the time.
Like when?
When's the last time I saw you eat French fries?
I have French fries at work every day.
You have a number of French fries.
Yes, exactly.
You don't
But I don't have.
eat French fries.
But I don't have a large French fry from Whataburger.
That's my point, and I do.
I know,
But that's-
and there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying.
Oh, there's something wrong with it.
You can have large French, like you could, like you should set it up to where like you're like, I'll have large French fries at Whataburger, or I'll just have my daily intake of fries at work. But then when you do both, that's when you're not like controlling your portions there.
Okay, so let's say I only have fries. I mean, daily intake of French fries is not a good. In any
Fair.
case, daily is not a good move. But it's more along the lines of, to be honest with you, I really don't know what the fuck. So like, okay, before this week, for like the past few months, it's been pretty reliable that I'm eating fast food out of a drive-through 2 to 3 times a day.
Okay.
That obviously, because we're talking 1,500 calories per meal minimum.
Yeah.
That's overdoing it. And that makes it easy to understand why I look like a bag of potatoes right now. So then, but what if I eat different and then I still don't look the same? What about that, doctor?
That's just not gonna happen though. Like
So what-
the science behind if you
I know.
eat healthy and you're eating less calories than you're burning, then eventually you
Mr.
will
Shrestha,
burn the fat.
I am the last person in the world that needs to be convinced
Then
about
why?
calories in versus calorie out.
Yes.
But here's my thing.
Okay.
I have been eating responsibly for at least a week. Why am I not skinny yet, dude? What's the deal here?
Do you know how many calories it takes to burn off to lose a pound of fat?
I think it's like 3,500.
Yes. So do you think you have over this week ate less
Do I think I'm at a 3,500 calorie deficit for a week?
Definitely not. So therefore,
I'm probably
you
at about
have not.
600 calorie deficit right
So
now.
therefore, you have
If
not
that.
lost 1 pound.
I want to know. Okay, according to my Apple Watch, I'm cooking about 1,000 calories a day
Yeah.
that I'm burning.
And then you have a resting, like your RMR.
That should include my rest. Well,
No,
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 it
that's your
doesn't. You're
active
right.
calories
That's my
then.
moving calories.
Yeah, yeah. So your RMR is
What is
let's-
average resting?
it depends on your age.
I mean, obviously it
demographic.
varies wildly.
I will say it's probably for your height and your weight, probably around.
like 1,200.
I was gonna say like 1,500.
Okay.
15 to 1,600.
I like to undershoot to help.
Yeah,
To like
that's
offset. Yeah.
Um,
So then, assuming I'm under 2,500 calories a day,
you're at a
what's the calories on like if you had some chicken and then like some carrots and then like some broccoli? Well, okay.
But that's not the only thing you've had today.
No. No, it's not. Not today. But for like the past week, all last week, I was like living off of those HEB like pre-made meals, and I think
they have the calorie.
they do. But I realized those are not accurate.
That's not true.
No. Nutritional facts in general are accurate. I don't mean that. I mean specifically on those, the number on the front of it is not the calories of that specific thing. No way. That's the general, like whatever that meal is, whatever one serving of that meal is, that's how many calories one serving is.
Yeah.
But not every tray is one serving exactly.
But it should show you how many servings it is underneath.
But it just says varies.
Oh, no shot.
Yeah, bro.
That's such a
So you have to like
fucking fine thin line to
So what they
loop
do
around.
have is the exact weight of one serving, and then if you flip back over to the front, it'll tell you the exact weight of that tray. So you have to do the
You have to
math and figure out. And even that is probably a little rough because we have like 3 different foods in each of those trays. So you have to, there's some leeway probably there. Anyway, my point is those are pretty low calorie. Generally, you're looking at like 500 or less, I think.
Okay.
So why am I not ripped yet, dude? Just tell me the fucking facts about it, bro. I'm doomed. And I also realized, I'm joking about that. But what I did realize is, I've thought a lot about like, what if I just was like a perfect angel about my diet and dieted until I was shredded like Alex or like you? What would I look like? Because obviously I would never look like Alex. I don't think I would, even at like 10% body fat, I don't think I would look the way you look because our bodies are fundamentally very differently shaped. And the thing that I realized the other day is that theoretically the thinnest I can get is like as wide as my hips are, right? And my hips are like right there.
Okay.
Like,
no, you could get thinner than that.
how?
Where do your rib? Where's your rib? You can get up to
literally.
there.
There's no.
You can get up.
There's
to there.
nothing. Like that's almost nothing, bro. I'll show my nipples on the podcast.
Okay.
I'm just saying. I know I could get thin and look jacked, and I'm gonna. But I'm still gonna be wide, and I'm concerned that that's gonna mean that I'm never gonna have that Dorito shape. And that's okay if I don't, because not everyone has a Dorito shape, and that's okay. But I am gonna kill myself about it. So
well, then that just means you have to overload on the shoulders to get
that is
super
true. Yeah.
Fucking
I'm just gonna
wide
wear
shoulders.
shoulder pads,
Yeah,
like football players.
Also, with you specifically, I think once you really start losing some weight, I think you'll notice a lot on your face. Yeah, I think your face will slim down a lot.
It's true. It's very true. I have a fat face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got a
Very fat, heavy face.
You got a fluffy face.
Also, somebody in the fucking comments, tell me what I can do to get rid of these fucking bags under my eyes, bro. Because
first and foremost, do you have a skincare routine? Let's get a skincare routine.
I use a face wash when I take a shower.
Is it a 3-in-1 face wash?
No.
3-in-1 face.
No, bro, it's
shampoo and body
CeraVe.
wash. It's
that good shit, bro. Yeah, dog shit.
Do we have the same one?
Probably it's the big one, green, green and white. It says CeraVe.
Does it
Moisturizing cleanser.
Okay, it's the same one.
Yeah.
That's good.
It's okay.
Yeah.
I had like a 3-step every time I shower.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good,
So
good,
every day.
Good. Now to combat, so the thing about those cleansers, and although it says moisturizing cleanser, you do need to put a moisturizer on after, or else it dries out your skin.
But I'm okay with my skin being dried out. Theoretically, because I kind of like how it feels. I grew up using bar soap on my face.
Oh.
And you know how your skin feels after you put bar soap on. It's literally tight, like you can't stretch it.
Yeah.
I
Clogs your
love
pores.
that feeling, bro.
Oh.
It's crazy. And I know it's not good. And I don't put bar soap on my face anymore. And also my face doesn't feel dry like that, like it used to when I washed it with bar soap because of this face cleanse that I'm using. For a while, I was doing like a 3-step, 3 different products that were all handpicked by my beauty expert ex-girlfriend. And so I was pretty confident in that. But then I just was like,
you stopped doing it.
Oh my goodness. I'm about to be 30.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna.
Yeah, that's it's like that thing I was saying earlier, dude. When you realize there's a problem, it's too late, dude.
You're not wrong about that.
Gotta combat it.
Fuck. Why? Dude, here's one thing. For real. I have anytime someone tells me something to like do to help myself or better myself, and that thing involves something that I'm gonna have to buy forever. It's basically you're signing up for a lifetime subscription service. I just can't get on board, bro.
Yeah.
And that includes like any medicines that are like ongoing forever, like antidepressants, for example, or multivitamins. Yes. Supplements that are like great for even, bro, no matter how good it is. I'm like, I'm not going to spend $100 a month on supplements to fix my stupid body that's not making the shit it's supposed to make on its own. My face should just be clean. And I don't know why I have to spend, you know how much money I'm going to have to spend on skincare.
Yeah, too much.
Skincare is bullshit, bro.
It is.
I'll tell you this right now.
There's some skincare products that are just straight bullshit.
Do you think Marcus Aurelius had a skincare routine?
Don't don't invoke Marcus Aurelius. Okay, that man is a legend.
I know.
And everybody should learn.
What if he had one?
No. What? He took clay.
Put
it on his face.
Actually, dude.
Although they do
the blood of his enemies.
Yeah, they do like
the daily routine of a Roman Stoic master.
Wake up, facial cleanse,
meditate. He actually did meditate though.
Yeah, they all meditated. There's nothing else to do. They couldn't watch YouTube videos.
At dawn, when you have trouble getting out of bed, tell yourself, I have to go to work as a human being. What do I have to complain of if I'm going to do what I was born for? The things I was brought into the world to do. Or is that what I was created for? To huddle under the blankets and stay warm? Marcus Aurelius.
Wow.
It's a quote from him. It's not a very useful quote.
It's an interesting quote. Dude, let's get deep.
Let's get in there.
Invoking the name Marcus Aurelius really gets me going. Especially that quote specifically, because I've heard that one before. Do you think inherently every single person on this world is born with a purpose?
No. Easily no.
Okay.
I don't believe in destiny. Well, that's actually kind of tricky. I don't believe in destiny, but I do believe everything is predetermined.
Really?
But I don't believe in like designed destiny.
Okay.
I don't think a person is born with purpose.
Okay.
I do think someday, maybe, science will advance far enough that you can tell what a person's destiny is. What? Insofar as, all right, this is really hard to explain, and almost never been able to explain it well enough that someone understood what I was saying.
Okay.
But let me try. Let's say you have a box, like just an open top box of tennis balls.
Okay.
Theoretically, you can use science and like computer renderings or like algorithms. You can use physics. Really, you can use physics to figure out what would happen if I like hit that box with a baseball bat or I like dropped another ball in there. You can determine correctly exactly what each of those other balls in there will do.
Okay.
With physics, right? You can take that same exact idea and apply it to every atom in the universe.
But that's an infinite number of...
I know. So it gets muddy. But the thing is, if we ever come to a point where we can determine the absolute starting point of every atom in the universe, which is... I don't know if that's going to happen. Or if we get to a point where we can observe the current state of every atom in the universe and every force acting on every atom in the universe. I know it's a tall order. And I don't know if we'll ever actually be able to do it. But theoretically, if you could do that, you could know the future before it happens.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
You'd have an infinite number of possibilities of what would happen, though, I think.
But if you have measurements of every force acting on every atom, you'll know which outcome is going to be real.
Yeah. You can... You would at one of your predictions in your infinite number of predictions would become true.
I'm talking about you only have one prediction.
I don't think you can come to one prediction with...
I don't think realistically
it's like you're basically just taking infinity times infinity, though, which is in turn just infinity. Because you're taking infinity amount of movements and projections of the atoms, and you're taking it with where they're coming from and what they're about to do after, based upon movements of the other atoms. Correct?
Yes. But if you have a complete picture of what every atom is doing, and you like project the momentum of it, like say for example,
so you let's say you freeze frame time,
yes,
and you can plot every atom everywhere, and then the next step is in the next second, you know the projection of the atom,
right.
Therefore, you know what's going to happen.
Where it's going to go.
Yeah. Okay.
And this is where it gets muddy because that all makes sense when you're calculating like, oh, if this rock hits that rock, where's the rock going to go? Yeah. But when you get down to talking about like the atoms inside of a human brain and like people and other living organisms making decisions, I think you can break that even down to physics.
Do you think making decisions is based upon like motor neurons?
No doubt in my mind.
Really?
It's all physical.
You mean
it's all hormones and electric impulses in your brain.
Yes.
Just mishmashing together. And if you can measure all of that,
how about language, like words,
it's the
diction?
same thing. It's all just hormones and electricity.
What about decision making?
Electricity.
No shot.
What else could it be?
I mean, scientifically, you're correct.
Yeah. I mean, it's the question of whether or not souls exist.
Yeah.
Is what you're getting at, I think.
I think so too.
And that's a good question,
like
and I don't know one way or the other.
Or an internal being that is controlling what you're doing.
Yeah. But I do think, even if souls do exist, if we had the ability to measure every atom in a person's mind and like in real time monitor exactly what is happening chemically and electrically within their brain, we could, I think, pretty easily spot patterns that indicate behaviors. And you could probably eventually find like patterns leading up to a specific behavior where like if a person is about to do this action or feel this way right before that, this is what their brain looks like.
Yeah. The only thing about all that, and this is where, I mean, it's been so muddy, the conversation we've been having, but it gets even muddier, is that when we get to that point, having the ability to scan every single person's brain
Yeah.
at a certain
It's not
time
good. It's not good.
and then predicting what's going to happen next. Like, it's just almost unobtainable.
I
Like,
don't-
the only people that are going to be able to do those are like Jeff Bezos, like the
Yeah.
richest of the rich.
I don't think it's ever going to be
A thing, yeah.
attainable unless humanity, which I don't think this will happen, but if,
Definitely not in our lifetime.
oh, I meant ever,
Oh,
but it's not entirely impossible that humanity lives long enough to reach like an omnipotent godlike status where we like essentially merge with technology and become
AIs.
so powerful. We have like
Imagine like
the
an
entire
Intel
universe
chip
becomes like our play
being
place.
inserted
Yeah.
into your
Then maybe.
processor.
But even then, I don't know. So it's really all theoretical. It's just like fun to think about.
Yeah.
But I think about that a lot.
I do too sometimes.
And I think
Yeah.
there's a word for it. I don't really remember what it is. It's something determinism. But basically, everything that is ever going to happen is determined by like the fact that it's already started. But I don't mean that in the way that somebody somewhere has decided what's
Yeah.
going to happen. I just mean if you had the capability to measure everything at all times, you could fast forward that and see the way it'll all go. Yeah.
It's an interesting thing to think about.
It is super crazy.
It make after you have discussions like this, you always like start second guessing what you're gonna do.
Yeah,
You're like,
yeah,
is this what I really want to do? Or is this predetermined?
The funny thing
by
is
my
that
brainwaves?
it is predetermined.
It's
but
all
you
predetermined.
still do have free will.
Yeah.
Both are true. And that's weird. That seems counterintuitive. But it's just the way it works, bro.
C'est la vie, dude.
C'est la vie, dude.
C'est la vie.
Oh, Ben, you're so cute. Sickening.
That's
So anyway, what are you, how's your wiener pills doing? It's pretty sick, right?
Yeah, it's pretty sick. You
Hell
should
yeah.
get some, dude. Might
Oh,
as well.
I do have some actually. I have the Tonkat Ali.
Yeah.
I took blue chews for a little while. Those were cool.
You have?
Huh?
How was the experience?
It was okay. I would get like, so there's two versions.
Mm-hmm.
You can basically get Viagra or Cialis.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought I was doing the Cialis one, but I was accidentally doing the Viagra one.
Is Viagra versus Cialis the same thing as like Adderall versus Vyvanse?
No, I think it's a little more complicated than that, or a little more different than those two are to each other. Viagra versus Cialis is basically Viagra is for the next 2 to 4 hours. Cialis is for up to 24 hours. Not hard the whole time, but capable of easily getting hard. Yeah, so
Okay.
it's cool. At first I didn't have any negative side effects, but after a while I started noticing that my nose would get stuffy and I would get a headache every
Stuffy
time I
nose?
took one. And so it was kind of
What if you were just allergic?
I mean, it's not impossible. But those are very common side effects of that pill, so it makes sense, Increased blood flow
Yeah, makes me
to your
think.
nose makes your nose
Swell up.
sinuses swell.
Yeah.
It's not the only thing to swell, if you know what I mean, dude. Oh, shit, dude.
The wrong
Fucking, the wrong side of the body, dude. Come on, I need my money back.
Isn't it crazy that most things in life, like health problems, can be fixed with like a more regulating blood flow?
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. It's also crazy that almost all health problems in the human body can be traced back to like inflammation.
Yeah.
It's almost all inflammation.
Yeah. And the inflammation causes slower blood flow.
Yep.
So just keep that blood flowing.
Yeah.
Do what you can.
You know what causes inflammation? Carbohydrates.
Really? I didn't know that. How does carbohydrates cause inflammation?
They're just I mean, I couldn't tell you like the exact scientific process of how it works, but they do. And like grains,
Yes.
It's inflammatory as fuck.
I've heard grains are bad for you because your body doesn't naturally digest them. So therefore, like, they'll go through your digestive tract, but you'll still, like, they won't fully decompose, basically.
Yeah.
So that's,
They linger in your body for a long time.
Yeah, which can cause effects on them.
Inflammation.
Inflammation, yeah. There's like things like yeast. There's so many people in the world with like a what is the word? What's in bread?
Yeast.
But like they can't have
gluten.
Gluten.
Yeah.
Yeah, gluten really fucks up a lot of people because it's
Yeah. I
argue even people who eat like bread and gluten stuff and can like do it, I think it still fucks up like your energy levels, and like people who live truly gluten-free diets,
they're living on a different plane.
Yeah.
I was just going to say, I've heard before that essentially every human being has gluten intolerance at some level.
Yeah. It's just the severity of it.
Most people have it really light, and they're so accustomed to eating grains that they have never really experienced life without gluten in their body. So they don't even realize that they're having a reaction to it. But then some people have it really severely and they really notice.
It's the same with lactose intolerance as well. I think almost everyone is lactose intolerant.
I've heard the same, bro. I've also heard, people say this about sugar or grains or carbs or just shitty food in general, that it's such a regular part of the modern diet, especially the American modern diet.
Yeah. And we've definitely evolved to like be able to survive on it.
And I've heard that people are so used to it that they just go about their lives eating the normal shit they always eat, and they're like, this is just the normal way that I feel. This is my normal state of being. But then if people eliminate like some of those shitty foods from their diet, they reach like this new level of feeling incredible that they've never experienced.
Higher energy levels.
And whoever was saying this was like, yeah, welcome to the way humans are supposed to feel. It's supposed to feel great all the time, basically.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I was like, damn, that's dope. And I took another bite of my patty melt.
Yeah, I was going to say.
And I was like, next week,
I'm reading these articles, watching these videos as I'm having a Sonic cheeseburger.
Yeah. And I'm like, next week, I'm going to feel like that, dude.
Yeah.
I'm kind of hopeful. Every time I start a new diet and I don't feel incredible, I'm kind of bummed out.
Yeah. Well, the thing is,
I was really bummed out about that with keto.
Yeah.
Keto, although I felt good.
Yeah, your keto thing was kind of...
But keto also gave me my elbow thing.
Yeah, maybe.
Or, I mean, I don't know if it caused it, but they started at the same time. And I was like, bro, that was... Oh, God, that elbow thing, that was the most frustrating body problem I've ever had. That was way worse than not being able to get my dick hard. Like, way worse. Because I was scared. I mean, I'm still scared that it's going to be something I'll deal with forever. Which like you could say that about. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Almost. Or like some kind of carpal tunnel or arthritis
some sort of decaying of your...
Or like a tennis elbow. But there's like no good answer for tennis elbow.
No.
And like the most extreme fix is surgery or injection of platelet-rich plasma. But you can't get a doctor to do either of those without doing therapy for months beforehand. Yeah. And the therapy is just like elbow extensions. It's like, bro, you think I'm not doing that? Look, anyway, the point is the elbow thing really sucked. And so far, it seems gone. I'm really, really nervous, though, that one of these days I'm going to go to the gym and just like hit a movement in a weird way on accident and it's going to be back.
Yeah.
Or like, I'm also like, man, what if I didn't? Because like sometimes I feel it a little bit, but not even pain. I just feel it. But the weird thing about it is it feels almost the same as like when you just have sore forearms after like a big workout.
Yeah.
And so it's hard to tell if I'm actually feeling it or if I'm just feeling my muscles in general.
Yeah.
And I'm so nervous that like, what if I didn't wait quite long enough and it's not quite done healing and I aggravate it and get put all the way back.
And you're just back to square one.
It was months that I was dealing with that shit, man. Since I was doing keto.
Yeah.
Which was like when me and you moved in here almost.
This is going to sound silly, Sean.
But I still think I should ice it?
I still think if you iced it, it probably would have went away a lot sooner.
Well, I mean, I'm not going to argue with that. But I have iced it. I didn't
You
never
iced
ice it.
maybe once or twice.
What do you want to ice it every day? Yes. Oh, that's a lot. I don't think, and I could be wrong here, but I don't think icing something makes like meaningful progress in healing. I thought icing was just like reduction of symptoms
It's reduction
to like reduce pain.
Yes.
But I needed to actually onset healing. Isn't that different? I'm not a doctor.
I think,
And you almost are. So you tell me.
I mean, I think the whole like rice methodology is for like sprains and like, I mean, basically just sprain, like twisting your ankle, spraining your ankle.
Yeah.
Inflamed muscle injuries. And so all that gets repaired on its own. It just takes a period of time for your body to do that. Yeah. So maybe I think you're correct in saying that ice doesn't heal it.
Yeah.
But it numbs and relieves pain while it's healing.
Yeah.
So eventually, if your body is working right and it's not a more serious injury, like it's not like a bone injury, if it's just like a muscle pain or something, then eventually it will heal. But the ice and all that stuff, but also rice, the compression and the elevation.
For people that don't know the rice method, why don't you explain what that is?
It's a, what is it? An anagram?
No, I want to say, fuck.
What is it? Well, it basically stands for rest, ice, compress, and elevate.
Yeah,
and it's the methodology of like whenever you have a muscle injury, you first want to rest, you want to ice the injured spot, you want to compress it by wrapping it or applying pressure on it, and then elevate it. So if like it's your ankle, you want to like elevate it to above where it's supposed to be. But the C and E part lead me to believe that the compression part and the elevation part is to either restrict or help blood flow. They counterbalance each other.
Yeah.
So maybe icing it slows down the blood flow.
I've always thought icing it was just like a brute force method of reducing inflammation.
Yes.
To reduce pain.
Yes.
And it probably also allows for healing, but icing also definitely will slow blood flow. So that's interesting to think about.
If it slows blood flow, I'd have to do more research on it, man.
Yeah, we should.
My curious cat has been awoken. Gonna go back to school, dude.
Dude, me too. I gotta pick a career, dude. I'm getting a little old to be bartending.
Yeah. Well, this goes back to the conversation I had with you about like starting that.
Yeah.
It's like I struggle, especially recently, almost daily, of like, what is my quote unquote purpose?
Yeah.
Do I even have a quote unquote purpose? Because I think most people generally, especially when they're young, have this belief that like they're meant to do something in this world. Like they're put in, like they're gonna do something that benefits the world. And if that's not like normal, then maybe it's just like something that I
definitely used to have that feeling, but it was very general. I never knew like specifically what, but I was like, I'm going to do something. The only thing I knew for sure was I'm going to be rich.
Yeah.
But obviously that's not working out.
Well, you still got a lot of life to live.
I mean, that's true, but I think realistically, I'm not ever going to be rich. But I would consider myself rich if I could afford to put my parents up in a new house and also pay for myself to live somewhere without having to work 80 hours a week.
Yeah. I think
that would be rich to me now.
I think especially with social media, I think a lot of people's like ideas of being rich are very, very unobtainable.
Oh yeah.
In a sense.
I mean, when people say rich, they're thinking like Jeff Bezos.
Yeah.
Like I'm trying to live like Elon Musk.
Yeah.
Which would be cool.
And there's a certain percentage of people who like reach for that and work really, really hard to get there. And that's fair. I just don't classify myself as somebody who is looking to be uber wealthy because I believe that takes that takes a certain level of dedication and sacrifice of other areas in your life that I don't think I just don't think that would bring me joy
Yeah.
or me a sense of happiness.
Yeah.
And then after you get all that money, you come to a point if you're like, what do I do with it?
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's a real thing that I kind of fear
Mm-hmm.
in a way, where it's like, what if I become so rich that I just don't know what to do? That would be just so crazy. So
Yeah.
I think in my mind, being rich is just living comfortably without like worrying, being basically debt free, and just having enough money to like eat whatever I want.
I would like, all of that with work taking up no more than like 10 hours of my week. That would be rich to me.
Yeah, fair.
Even if I'm only bringing in like 100,000 a year.
Yeah, I mean 100,000 a year, bro. I could, if I made $100,000 a year for the rest of my life for the next, I would die happy.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's enough.
Like that.
If I can make 100 grand a year,
is so obtainable, I think.
but at 5 hours a week,
oh no,
that's the thing.
Yeah. This was me.
I could do it though.
People do it.
You could especially do it if you're doing it via less conventional means, or like new age shit, like owning a business.
Yeah.
Owning a business really like is the only way to make 100 grand in 5 hours a week. But
yeah. In terms of like work.
Yeah.
Actual work done. It's interesting. I got on this side of TikTok, or I've seen a few TikToks of like these people who like have these tech speeches where it's like normalize working in the work, like being okay with working in the workforce and having a boss who tells you everything you need to do, and working 9 to 5 and then going home and not thinking about work and just living within your means, instead of like that narrative of like, go out there, grind, like work this many hours and put in your time and save your money and invest in this stuff to really set yourself up for the future. And I think there's a lot of people that like perpetuate that sort of narrative.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like Gary Vee is a big person that does that. There's Grant Cardone, who's similar to Gary Vee. There's a lot of just famous people who do that.
Yeah.
Where they're like, you know, like you give me $1,000 and this is what I'm doing with it, and I'm cold calling and I'm putting in the work. And it's like, who does that?
Yeah, I don't know how much of that is real.
Yeah. I think it's that
maybe it is
the perpetuation.
What if it is?
I mean, it could be. I think
It's hard
personality
to
type
say.
has a lot to do.
Personality type, and also, as much as I hate to admit it, that kind of thing, that kind of mentality can work out incredibly well for one person and not well for many other people.
Yeah.
Because a lot of that is down to like
Luck?
right place, right time.
Right place, right time.
And I hate admitting that, bro, because that's like antithetical to the American dream.
Yeah.
But man, it's just like that sometimes, bro, you know?
I think the American dream is just having opportunities rather than. I think it's almost toxic to believe that if you work hard, you'll get what you like. Eventually, you'll get what you want, because I don't think that's necessarily true. I think you should work hard,
depending on what it is you want.
Yeah, I think you should work hard in order to like be proud of the work that you do, like internally. But people who like work hard to expect things and expect something to happen, I think that's when you get into this toxic like belief system.
Yeah.
That constantly just like hits you
Yeah.
lower and lower.
Well, it's tough, because I think when I say or hear the American dream, what I'm thinking of is the idea that America is a place where uniquely you have the ability, if you want to rise above your station and basically move up in social classes, which is not a thing that's possible in like most other countries.
Like majority.
Yeah, basically
almost
all of them.
Except for some countries in Europe.
But these days, it's not very, very possible here either. And I don't know.
I think it's because we've gotten to a place. I also think with rise of technology and also the stagnation of where our technology currently is, I think that also stagnates businesses and opportunities. But to like, the crazy thing about the American dream is my parents are like living, breathing definitions of it.
Yeah.
And they're now at an
They
age,
really are.
Yeah, they're now at an age where, you know, they're getting older, but they're still, I don't want to say they're like miserable, but they're working a lot of hours and they're getting older, and it's taking a toll on their body. And it's like,
But they could probably sidestep that if they wanted to. What if they just sold the business right now?
They could. They would just be taking such a huge loss.
Really?
Yeah.
How? Why?
Well, they've invested a lot into it. I mean, they would leave with a lot of money.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't be smart at the current moment to sell. Does that make sense?
It does. Do you foresee a time when it would be more smart to sell?
Yeah.
Like when? What would have to change?
I think my parents' plan is to sell it hopefully in 5 years from now.
Okay.
I think that's their timeline.
When what has changed?
I think
they make more of their money back?
I think when they make more of their money back on earnings throughout their period of time.
Mm-hmm. How long have they had this business? Long time, right? Like most of your life?
I was a junior? No, I was like a sophomore, junior in high school.
Okay.
So,
what did they do before that?
My mom just worked at like grocery stores.
Okay.
And yeah, she worked at like Albertson. Well, they don't have Albertsons in Houston, but it's like it's like Kroger.
Yeah.
She worked at Albertsons for several years, and she worked at a dry cleaners.
What about
for
your
several
dad?
Years. He was a business analyst, so he had like an office job.
Interesting. Okay.
But yeah, now they're both owning dry cleaners. But it's just curious that, like, quote unquote, this is the American dream and this is what people come to America for. And I know a lot of foreign people who have odd businesses like, you know, like donut shops, dry cleaners, gas stations, nail salons, things like that. Those are predominantly owned by
minorities,
Asian Americans, minorities.
It is usually Asians.
Yeah. But the crazy thing is just the amount of hours that they work is just so insane.
Do you think that's out of necessity, or is it because they don't want to pay someone else to manage like the day-to-day ongoings of the business? Could they afford to hire someone to run the business and still take a profit?
That's another thing. That's what me and my brother very much try to tell my mom to do. I think my dad is smart enough and educated enough to know the numbers, and if he doesn't do it, then I'm assuming that on his business side or his stores that he owns and takes care of, that it just wouldn't work out numbers wise. But
could also be a mental thing though, because that's a big roadblock with business owners, is like handing off the reins to a business manager and stepping away from like the day to day, because it's, you know, terrifying to hand your livelihood over basically to someone else and say, handle this exactly like I would handle it, because they're not gonna.
No,
they're not gonna.
Yeah,
and you have to find a way to trust that they're still gonna do it right enough.
Yeah.
It is terrifying. So I think a lot of business owners, even if they can't afford it, really struggle too.
That's 100% true with my mom for sure. And she said it on several occasions. She's like, "Why would I hire someone? They're not gonna do it like I would do it."
Yeah.
But hopefully she gets to a point where she is okay, like she can give up that. Because my mom's very much a micromanager. I've seen her in her work life. I'm like, Mom, just let him. Just leave him alone.
Just let him live.
Yeah. So who knows? Maybe it'll be better for productivity.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just think it's interesting that there's this idea of an American dream, which I still believe in and I still think is true, but I don't necessarily think it's as extravagant and like beautiful as people think.
I don't think the American dream is what American youth want it to be, which is the idea that anybody can be a millionaire. Because you can. Technically, anybody can become a millionaire, and it's probably easier here than most other places. But anybody can be a millionaire, but everybody can't be a millionaire.
Yeah.
There's just no way. A lot of people got to not be millionaires.
Yeah.
And there's only so many millions to go around, you know? So, and Jeff Bezos has most of them.
Yeah.
Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk have most of them.
Yeah. They've got a monopoly of millions.
Yeah. They're monopoly, man.
Yeah.
So,
Which is crazy.
it's tough. But I do think, like, for people coming from other countries, the American dream is still a much more real thing.
Yeah.
Like, just being able to come here and do
what you want to do. Yeah. Like
yeah.
being able to not be religiously persecuted.
Yep.
And then like your sexual preferences, you know,
Yeah.
you're free to be gay.
You can be as gay as you want.
Yeah.
Like, personal freedoms wise, we're up there.
Yeah. We're
Although there are countries that do it better.
yeah.
But we're near the top of the list when it comes to that stuff. And like from a business standpoint, if you can convince someone to hire you here, then you can do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like starting a business, you know, Texas is one of the best places in the world to start a business. You know how much it costs to start a business in Texas? $300. Any business, doesn't matter what you're doing.
Yeah.
And Texas also does not charge an income tax, which makes it way less work for employers when they're paying their employees, if you get to the point where you're paying employees.
Mm-hmm.
And lots of other tax advantages. I don't know about all of it, but
No, but
you know,
it's definitely
it's way
the place to be.
way easier than most other countries
Yeah.
if you're in the right state. So yeah. Anyway,
All right, dude. Anyway,
dude.
this was a very stimulating
Oh yeah.
podcast.
I feel
Very-
stimulated as fuck right now.
Yes. You ever have a conversation so stimulating you get tired
Yes.
from all the stimulation?
Yeah.
That's how I feel right now, dude.
It's even weirder when you have conversations like that on stimulants. Because then you can't get tired.
Yeah.
And so it just keeps going.
Like Adderall.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
Adderall or Molly.
Once I come down from Adderall, I'm just speaking gibberish.
Yeah, dude.
I'm just talking out my ass.
I'm texting gibberish.
Yeah.
I'm texting walls of gibberish to
Yeah.
people. It's embarrassing.
It is.
All right. Well, great. You got anything else you want to tell the people?
Eat your vegetables and
I think my elbow thing went away because I started eating vegetables.
yeah, maybe. You're getting a lot of micronutrients there, buddy. Yeah. Eat your vegetables. They're important, and do some physical activity every day and your life will be great.
Do yoga.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody, for listening. We'll see you guys next week.